We have 2 days worth of work to do in a 7-hour period, so it's going to go pretty quickly. And I hope everybody is primed and stoked and ready to listen. The ground rules, I think, in this room are there's not Wi-Fi, there's very limited data, so your phones may not work. In fact, if everyone would take this phone out, smartphone, a regular phone, and either mute it or turn it off, that would be very helpful today. Thank you very much. Sorry? All right. Solomon Bastias, are you here? All right. There's going to be a lot of sitting and a lot of listening, so let's start by standing and singing the American National Anthem, if you please join me. Flags are there. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, has that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you. I'd appreciate Saints scores as the afternoon goes on. Saints are playing the Titans today, I think. My name is Bill Hess. I'm the president of the American Zionist Movement. I live in New Orleans, Louisiana, so there may be some references that not everybody gets in what I say. But we at AZM are very, very excited to convene this important conference together with the World Zionist Organization, as the AZM is the representative of the World Zionist Organization here in the United States. We address today what may be the single most important issue facing American Jewry: the delegitimization of our homeland, Israel, and countering the continuing scourge of anti-Semitism. The issue is important, but not sufficiently discussed. The timing is such that we are cramming 2 days' worth of conference into one, but we know that the imminent holidays will give us all a chance to carefully consider and assimilate today's information. The recent meetings at the United Nations only give immediacy and seriousness to our deliberations here. The Zionist movement was founded more than 115 years ago by Theodor Herzl, Zikronom Livracha, as a direct effort to put an end to anti-Semitism in 19th century Europe. It is the national liberation movement of the Jewish people. It is the sole example of many such liberation movements of the day to have survived the 20th century. Not only that, the State of Israel is the manifestation of the success of the Zionist movement, of Herzl's Zionist movement. The Zionist hope, dream, and vision was for a legally recognized state where Jewish life could be lived in a fulfilled way. In many ways, modern Israel meets or exceeds that dream. In many ways, it does not. Regardless, we, the Jewish people, have a state of our own after 2,000 years of exile, degradation, oppression, and suffering, and we need to do all we can, wherever we live, to support the state and guarantee its future. Today, we'll have the opportunity to examine the issue that confronts us and try and find some ways to counter it in using traditional and new means and media. The negative messages and images about Jews and Israel we experience today are increasingly sophisticated, move around the world at viral speed, and play on many facets of human psychology. We will make our examination from a Zionist perspective. Our tent is very wide and encompasses a broad ideological spectrum. Thus, you may not agree with what is being said in one session, but your neighbor may not agree with what is being said in another. We expect that everyone here today will respectfully listen, and we hope learn new ways to effectively deal with those who wish us ill. It's a distinct honor to bring forward our partner in organizing this initiative, Yaakov Hagoel, member of the Zionist Executive, Mr. Hagoel serves as the chair of the Department for Activities in Israel, as well as Countering Antisemitism. He and his staff have a lot of experience working to counter anti-Semitism in forums around the Jewish world. They have organized similar seminars as this in Europe and will leave tonight to organize one for Latin and South America in Buenos Aires next month. So on behalf of the AZM staff and lay leadership, Yaakov, and Eitan, toda rabba lachem, thank you very, very much. You've been very generous with your time and advice in putting together this 2 days in one meeting in very short notice. Yaakov, please, he will speak in Hebrew, and for those of you who are not dovrim ivrit, Eitan Behar, his assistant, will translate. Yaakov, b'vakasha.
Thank you, Bill. תודה רבה. שלום לכולם. ברוכים הבאים, חברי ההנהלה של ההסתדרות הציונית העולמית שנמצאים פה איתנו, חברים יקרים, ציונים יקרים. The microphone, please.
He said, good morning and welcome to the members of the Zionist Executive who are sitting here with you. It's very good to be here.
Thank you. אני מאוד שמח להיות פה היום בסמינר משותף של ההסתדרות הציונית העולמית ושל ה-AZM באמריקה.
I'm glad to be here today for the joint seminar of the World Zionist Organization as well as the American Zionist Movement.
אני לא חושב שזה מובן מאליו וברור שאנשים עוזבים את הבית ביום ראשון ובאים לסמינר בנושא הסברה ובמאבק בדה-לגיטימציה נגד ישראל, ואני גאה בכם על כך.
It's not that easy for you guys to leave your day off, leave home and come for a conference like this to discuss and get the right tools to counter anti-Semitism and the delegitimization of Israel. And I'm really proud of that, of you.
אין לי ספק שהזירה האמיתית היום היא הזירה של המאבק בדה-לגיטימציה נגד ישראל. ראינו את זה בשבוע האחרון בניסיונות רציניים מאוד במאבק הזה נגד הזכות ההיסטורית והזכות הקיומית שלנו בארץ.
There's no doubt that the field today is the delegitimization of Israel, and we've seen in the last week tons of tries, a lot of tries to counter the basis right, historical right of the Jews on the land of Israel.
אני מאמין שלאחר היום הזה כולנו ביחד נקבל כלים, נקבל מידע כדי להתמודד עם המאבק החשוב הזה וכדי לגעת באמת האמיתית, ואין לי ספק שביחד אנחנו ננצח.
I have no doubt that by the end of this day we'll get the right tools in order to counteract the uprising of anti-Semitism and delegitimization of Israel, and I have no doubt that eventually we will win. Thank you.
אני מודה מראש לצוות שמארגן פה את הכנס, הן מההסתדרות הציונית העולמית והן מה-AZM, ואני מאחל לכולנו הצלחה בכנס החשוב הזה.
I would like to thank the crew from the AZM and the WZO, and I wish us all a successful and fruitful discussions throughout this day.
Thank you and שנה טובה.
That's right. I was going to ask Eitan to stay and translate back into Hebrew for me. Thank you, Yaakov. You should know that he's one of the few people that I've run into who we have similar taste in glasses, and he was also willing to use different colors in making his frames. So kol hakavod, Yaakov. Our topic today has been one of primary importance to AZM since I took the presidency over almost 4 years ago. And I have been very desirous that it be pursued actively and followed very closely. So I asked Jan Schechter, who's a past president of AMIT and an attorney, to follow the events and the meetings here concerned with these topics on AZM's behalf, as she lives a lot closer to New York than I do. So she's going to chair our opening session and get things going.